When you let systems handle the repetitive work, you finally have the space to focus on strategy, storytelling, and the ideas that really move the needle. Marketing today is about building smarter systems that free up your time and energy, and automation is your behind-the-scenes team. Welcome to Marketing Your Way podcast, a show for women in marketing and creative fields who are ready to rethink what's next. I'm your host, Anastasia Mann, marketing strategist, agency owner, career mentor, and once upon a time, a corporate VP of marketing. This is your go-to space for career reinvention, whether that means launching your own business, pivoting into freelance, or finding a role that finally feels like a fit. Each week, I bring you honest stories, actionable strategies, and mindset tools to help you move forward with clarity and confidence. We'll also dive into what's actually working in marketing right now, from personal branding and client acquisition to AI tools and emerging trends shaping the future of our industry. And just in case you're wondering, yes, this podcast comes with a Ukrainian accent and a whole lot of straight talk, because it's time to build a career that works for you. Let's dive in. Hi, friends, and welcome back to the Marketing Your Way podcast. My husband loves to host. He's the cook in our family, and every time we have a gathering, he treats it like he's running a 5-star kitchen. He plans everything down to the minute. What time the food needs to go in the oven to reheat, what time we should start setting the table, what time another dish needs to rotate into the oven. It's all mapped out with precision like a choreography. And honestly, it's the opposite of me. If I were running the show without him, I'd probably be standing in the kitchen overwhelmed, not knowing where to start, trying to do everything at once. But when he's in charge, it's calm. Everyone knows their role, things flow, and by the time people walk in the door, everything looks effortless, even though so much thought went into making it seamless. That, to me, is exactly what automation and AI do for marketing. Without systems, you are in the kitchen overwhelmed, juggling 10 things at once, hoping you don't burn anything. With automations in place, you become the host who already has it mapped out. With automations in place, you become the host who already has it mapped out. The timing is handled, the tasks flow in the background, and what your clients, your leadership team, and your audience sees is a polished, smooth experience. I'll give you a concrete example from my own work. At my agency, one of the most time-consuming tasks used to be scheduling social media posts for all my clients. We'd spend hours uploading posts, double-checking times, copying captions, and it added up to 10, sometimes 15 hours every single month. Then we set up a really simple automation. We connected our content calendars to a scheduling tool, created workflows that batch and queue everything in advance, and just like that, we bought back nearly 2 full workdays every month. And here's what's powerful about that. Instead of burning hours pushing buttons, my team can now spend that time where it actually matters, creating content that resonates, testing new ideas, and generating leads that bring in clients. That one shift reminded me of what my husband does when he hosts. He's not cooking every single dish in real time. He's orchestrating a system so everything comes together seamlessly. And that's exactly what automation and AI allow us to do in marketing. So today, we are diving deep into this. We talk about how automations and AI can streamline marketing in 3 different contexts: inside corporate departments, inside agencies, and for solo freelancers who are juggling it all. And one quick note before we jump in, this is exactly the kind of conversation we are having inside the Marketing Your Way Slack community. It's completely free to join, and it's where we swap automation ideas, test workflows, and learn from each other. I'll share more about how to join at the end of this episode. All right, let's get started. If you zoom out right now and look at the marketing landscape, there is one big shift happening. The old way of working harder is breaking. For years, the formula was simple. Add more people, add more hours, and you'll get more output. But today, that just doesn't work anymore. Budgets are tighter, teams are leaner, expectations are higher, and the speed of change in marketing is unlike anything we've seen before. Think about it. we are being asked to produce content daily, sometimes multiple times a day, personalize campaigns for different audiences, track performances across half a dozen platforms, and somehow keep innovating without burning out. That pressure isn't just on one type of marketer, it shows up everywhere. I've worked with corporate teams where the real challenges isn't just the campaigns, it's the coordination. Leaders onboarding new team members, fielding constant how do we questions, chasing down meeting notes, and trying to turn scattered reports into actionable insights. Days get eaten up by internal communication and admin work, leaving less space for strategy and creativity. This is exactly where automation and AI can step in. From creating automated onboarding sequences for new hires to using AI-powered tools that summarize meeting notes and action items, to setting up dashboards that analyze campaigns performance in real time. The result? Teams spend less time repeating the basics and more time doing the work that actually moves the brand forward. If you're running an agency or working at one, you know the juggling act. 10, 12 clients at a time, each with their own campaigns, deadlines, and expectations. It's nonstop. And unless you have smart systems in place, you spend more time managing projects than delivering strategy. And if you are freelancing, you feel this even more because it's not just the marketing you're doing for clients. It's your own marketing, your invoicing, your contracts, your proposals. You're literally wearing all the hats. So here's the opportunity. This is where automation and AI step in as force multipliers. When we automate repetitive tasks, we reclaim hours. When we use AI to generate drafts or ideas, we accelerate the creative process. Suddenly, it's not about working longer, it's about working smarter. I'll give you a quick example from my own world. I used to spend hours manually drafting monthly reports for clients, pulling numbers from Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, email platforms, you name it. Now I have a dashboard connected through automation tools. The data updates in real time, reports are generated with a few clicks. What used to take hours now takes minutes. That's the shift. Marketing is moving from manual labor to automated operating systems, from repetitive tasks that drain us to smarter systems that support us. And what excites me most is that this shift isn't just for Fortune 500 companies with giant budgets. Tools like Zapier, Make, Airtable, Notion, and even ChatGPT and Claude make automation accessible to anyone. Whether you're leading a big department, running an agency, or just getting started as a freelancer. It's not about being techy. It's about being willing to think differently. How can I remove myself from this task so I can spend my time where it matters most? That's the question we're going to unpack in the next section. I'm going to break it down into 3 parts: corporate marketing departments, agencies, and freelancers, and show you exactly where AI and automation can make the biggest impact. But before we jump there, let me pause and say this. If you're nodding along because you feel the weight of marketing right now, you don't have to figure this out alone. Inside the Marketing Your Way Slack community, we are sharing real examples of workflows, debating the best tools, and helping each other implement smarter systems. It's not about theory, it's about what actually works in the real world. AI and automation are changing the way we do marketing faster than ever before. But here's the thing, you don't have to figure it out on your own. That's why I created the Marketing Your Way community on Slack. It's a free space where women in marketing can come together to share AI tools, swap automation workflows, and run ideas past each other. Whether you're leading a corporate marketing team, running an agency, or freelancing on your own, this is where you'll find support, inspiration, and real-world examples you can put into action right away. So if you've been curious about AI, but not sure where to start, come join us. It's free, it's collaborative, and it's built to help you work smarter, not harder. You can join today at marketingyourwaypodcast.com/community. I cannot wait to see you inside. Okay, let's dive into the practical side, starting with corporate marketing departments, because this is where the scale and complexity can be the most overwhelming. When you are leading a marketing team inside a larger organization, your job isn't just running campaigns, it's managing people, processes, and performance. And that's where automation and AI can transform how the whole department operates. Think about how much time gets eaten up every time a new hire joins. You're walking them through tools, processes, brand guidelines, where to find things. With automation, you can create a self-guided onboarding flow, a series of emails, videos, and even a Notion dashboard that automatically delivers all the information they need. Instead of repeating the same explanation, your team can focus on welcoming and integrating them into the culture. Now let's talk about those constant quick questions. Where's that template? How do I submit a brief? What's the approval process? Imagine having an AI-powered chatbot inside Slack or Teams that is trained on your brand guidelines, SOPs, and FIQs. Instead of interrupting managers all day long, the team gets instant answers and leaders get their time back. Meetings are necessary, but they are only as useful as the follow-through. AI transcription tools like Otter or Fireflies or even AI Companion can automatically record, summarize, and pull out action items. After every meeting, the team walks away with a clear automated recap. No more, wait, what did we decide? Or scrambling to remember who was responsible for what. Campaign and performance reporting. This is another big one. Corporate teams spend countless hours building decks to update leadership on email campaigns, social media results, or lead gen performance. Automation tools can integrate your platforms and feed data into a live dashboard. Layer AI on top, and you're not just showing numbers, you're getting insights. For example, AI can spot trends like a sudden dip in engagement and suggest why it happened and what to test next. Cross-department updates. Finally, think about how often marketing has to share updates with sales, operations, or leadership. Automating those reports into digestible AI-generated summaries means you can share the wins, lessons, and next steps without manually rewriting everything for each audience. The result? Leaders free up time, teams get clarity, and the creative energy that usually gets buried under admin finally comes to the surface. Automation and AI don't replace the human touch. They protect it. They give marketers the breathing room to focus on strategy, storytelling, and ideas that actually move the business forward. Now let's talk about agencies. If you run or work inside one, you know the pace can feel like a treadmill set too high. Multiple clients, multiple industries, competing deadlines, and all of them expecting high-touch service. Automation and AI can be the difference between constant firefighting and actually scaling your agency with ease. Agencies spend a lot of time getting new clients up and running. Contracts, intake forms, gathering brand assets, scheduling kickoff calls. With automation, you can create a smooth onboarding flow. For example, the moment a client signs an agreement, an automated workflow can send them a welcome email, collect their brand assets via form, add them into the project management system, and schedule the kickoff meeting, all without you and your team lifting a finger. Research and monthly content ideas. One of the biggest time things for agencies is brainstorming and planning fresh content calendars every single month. Instead of starting from a blank page, AI can generate content themes, campaign ideas, and even suggest post copy based on simple direction from you, like real estate luxury lifestyle in Miami or wellness content for women over 40. This gives your team a starting point, and you can layer on the strategy and brand voice. It's faster and it sparks creativity instead of draining it. Agencies are content machines, but often reinvent the wheel for every client deliverable. AI can help here to repurpose content across formats. One client blog post can instantly become a LinkedIn carousel, an Instagram caption, and even a script for a short-form video. When you multiply that across 10 or 12 clients, that's a massive time saver. And we all know how approvals can bottleneck. Automations can route deliverables to the right stakeholder, send reminders if feedback hasn't been given, and even track version history. Instead of chasing down clients, the system nudges them for you. Monthly or quarterly reporting can eat entire weeks in an agency. With the right dashboards connected via tools like Google Data Studio or Airtable, you can automate data collection across platforms. AI can then generate client-friendly summaries. Your Instagram engagement grew 12% this month. Posts with video performed 3x better than static images. Suddenly, reporting isn't just faster, it's more insightful. And don't forget your own agency internal systems. Automating recurring tasks like invoicing, time tracking reminders, or even Slack updates on project status means less time managing operations and more time serving clients. The beauty of automation in agencies is that it creates consistency at scale. Clients feel like they are getting white glove service while your team isn't drowning in repetitive tasks. AI and automation free up your creativity, brain power, so you can focus on what makes an agency thrive: strategy, storytelling, and delivering results that make clients stay. Quick break to tell you about one of my favorite tools for simplifying the behind the scenes of my business, Make. If you ever wished you could clone yourself to keep up with all the admin tasks, this is the next big thing. Make lets you connect the apps you already use like Gmail, Airtable, Slack, or Canva, and build automations that run on autopilot. Think new client sends a contract and instantly their info gets added to your CRM, a welcome email goes out, and a Slack notification pings your team, all without you lifting a finger. Here's the best part: you don't need to be techy to set it up. Their drag and drop interface make it simple to create workflows that save you hours every single week. It feels like having an extra team member working 24/7. So if you're ready to free up your time and focus on the creative, strategic work only you can do, head to marketingyourwaypodcast.com/make to start building your automations today. That's marketingyourwaypodcast.com/make. Once you try Make, you'll wonder how you ever ran your business without it. Finally, let's talk about freelancers, the marketers who are wearing all the hats. If you're a solo consultant or a freelancer, you know what this feels like. You are the strategist, the account manager, the copywriter, the bookkeeper, the admin assistant, all rolled into one. It's exciting, but it can also be very exhausting. This is where automation and AI become the behind-the-scenes team. So let's talk about lead capture and client onboarding. Picture this. Someone fills out your contact form. Instantly, they get an automated email thanking them for reaching out, sharing a little about your services, and inviting them to book a call on your calendar. When they book, they are automatically added to your CRM and you're notified in Slack or email. That whole process happens while you're sleeping, walking your dog, or doing client work. You look like you've got a full support team, but it's just smart systems running for you. Proposals, contracts, and invoices. Another huge time drain for freelancers is back and forth of sending proposals, waiting on signatures, and then invoicing. Tools like Honeybook, Dapsado, or even Zapier integrations can automate this entire flow. Once a client says yes, they get the proposal, contract, and invoice automatically. It's professional, seamless, and keeps cash flowing without you chasing paperwork. Content scheduling and repurposing. Freelancers need to market themselves too. But let's be honest, it often falls to the bottom of the list. Automating your own content scheduling, just like I mentioned earlier in my story, means your social posts go out consistently, and AI can help you repurpose one blog post into multiple formats: a newsletter, LinkedIn post, Instagram captions. Suddenly, you are staying visible without working nights and weekends. And let's not forget the mental load of coming up with the fresh ideas. AI can serve as your brainstorming partner. Give it direction. I need 3 campaign ideas for a wellness brand targeting busy moms. And it will generate starting points that you can refine. It's not replacing your creativity, but it keeps you from starting at a blank page. Finally, if you're managing campaigns for clients, automation can pull reports and even summarize the results. Instead of manually pulling numbers, you can deliver insights like your email click-through rate improved by 15% after we changed subject lines. That makes you look like a pro and saves you hours of admin work. For freelancers, the magic of automation and AI is that it levels the playing field. It lets you deliver client experience that feels polished and professional without working 24/7 or hiring a team before you are ready. I know what some of you might be thinking right now. This all sounds amazing, Anastasia, but it also sounds overwhelming. Or maybe I don't have time to set up all those systems, or even AI isn't good enough yet. I don't trust it to do real marketing. And I get it. Resistance is normal. Anytime something new comes along, our first instinct is often to protect the way we've always done things. But here's the truth. Automation and AI aren't here to replace you. They are here to support you. Think about it like this. Every business has an operating system. Your laptop, your phone, even your car, they all have systems running in the background so you don't have to manually control every function. Marketing should work the same way. Without an operating system, you're constantly in reaction mode, chasing emails, scrambling to prep reports, re-explaining processes, reinventing the wheel. With an operating system powered by AI automations, you create a foundation that keeps things moving whether you are at the desk or not. And here's the big mindset shift. This isn't about doing less marketing. It's about creating more space for the right marketing. Automation doesn't take away your creativity, it gives it back to you. Instead of being buried under repetitive tasks, you finally have the bandwidth to focus on strategy, storytelling, innovation, and the parts of marketing that actually lights you up. I also want to say this. You don't have to overhaul your entire system in one day. You don't need to become a tech wizard. You just start small. Maybe it's one automation for scheduling social posts, or using AI to summarize your next client meeting, or setting up a simple nurture email sequence. One small shift leads to another, and pretty soon you've built your marketing operating system brick by brick. So if you've been feeling stuck and overwhelmed, consider this your permission slip. You don't have to do everything manually anymore. Automations and AI are not about cutting corners. They're about working smarter so that you can show up as the best version of yourself in your career or business. Now that we've talked about the big picture and all the possibilities, let's bring it down to something really practical. Where do you start? Because here's the trap I see so many marketers fall into. They try to automate everything at once. They download 5 new tools, set up 10 new apps, and within a week they feel more overwhelmed than when they started. The key is to pick one workflow that drains your energy the most and automate just that. For example, if you're in corporate department, start with reporting. Most teams spend days pulling numbers from email platforms, social media dashboards, CRM systems. Automating just this one workflow, connecting your data into a live dashboard that refreshes automatically, can save entire workdays every single month. Imagine walking into your next leadership meeting with real-time insights already prepared instead of burning hours building slides. If you're an agency, pick reporting too, but this time at the client level. Connect your platforms to a simple dashboard and let AI generate the client-friendly summaries. Suddenly, your team gains hours back each month and delivers reports that actually spark conversation instead of getting skimmed. If you are freelancing, start with lead capture. Automate your contact form, welcome email, calendar booking flow so you never lose a potential client because you didn't reply fast enough. It doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, the best automations are often the simplest. Here's another idea. Commit to using AI for one creative task this week. Maybe it's drafting an outline for a blog post, brainstorming the Instagram caption, or summarizing analytics into plain English. See how it feels to have a creative partner, not a replacement, but a spark that helps you move faster. And here's my personal recommendation. Do not try to figure this all out in isolation. One of the most powerful things about automation is learning how other marketers are doing it, what tools they're using, what workflows they've built, what mistakes they already solved. That's why I created the Marketing Your Way Slack community. It's a space where you can come in, say, hey, I want to automate X. Has anyone tried this? And get answers from people who've been there. We share real workflows, real tools, and help each other build smarter systems without the overwhelm. So your next step, pick one small thing to automate this week, and then come share your win with us inside the Slack group. So here's the big takeaway from today. Automation and AI aren't about cutting corners. They're about creating a smarter operating system for your marketing, whether you're leading a corporate department, running an agency, or freelancing on your own. We are at a turning point in marketing. The workload isn't slowing down, but the tools we have available are more powerful than ever. And the marketers who embrace these tools, who learn to delegate their repetitive work to systems, are the ones who will have more time, more creativity, and more energy to focus on what really matters. And if you've been listening today and thinking, I want to try this, but I do not want to figure it out alone, that's exactly why I created the Marketing Your Way Slack community. It's completely free to join, and it's a space where we are sharing the actual workflows, tools, and experiments we are running. We are asking each other questions like, what's the best way to automate monthly reporting? Which AI tools are you using for content brainstorming? Has anyone figured out a great system for client onboarding? It's collaborative, it's supportive, and it's built for women in marketing who want to work smarter, not harder. So my invitation is simple. Join us. Don't let these ideas just sit in your notebook. Come be part of the group where you can run your ideas past other marketers, borrow systems that are already working, and share your own wins along the way. I'll drop the link in the show notes so you can jump in today. And with that, thank you so much for spending this time with me. Here's to working smarter, building systems that support you, and freeing up your creativity for the work that truly moves the needle. And that's it for today's episode of the Marketing Your Way podcast. I hope you're walking away with fresh ideas, new insights, and the confidence to take your next step. If this episode spoke to you, please take a moment to leave a review. It helps more women in marketing find the show and build a marketing career on their terms. And hey, don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Until next time, keep building your marketing career your way. AI and automation are changing the way we do marketing faster than ever before. But here's the thing, you don't have to figure it out on your own. That's why I created the Marketing Your Way community on Slack. It's a free space where women in marketing can come together to share AI tools, swap automation workflows, and run ideas past each other. Whether you're leading a corporate marketing team, running an agency, or freelancing on your own, this is where you'll find support, inspiration, and real-world examples you can put into action right away. So if you've been curious about AI, but not sure where to start, come join us. It's free, it's collaborative, and it's built to help you work smarter, not harder. You can join today at marketingyourwaypodcast.com/community. I cannot wait to see you inside.